Something unprecedented and fascinating is happening right now in the crypto market, and it has to do with the Bitcoin miners. If you don't know historically what happens every bear market is this final finishing move of miner capitulation where the pressure is too great and the miners have to sell their Bitcoin in order to keep the lights on and weather the storm ahead of the next big bull run. This happened in a major way in 2018, December of 2018. Bitcoin was sitting at $6,000 for what felt like forever. And then at the moment of miner capitulation, it lost that $6,000 floor and dumped down within a span of 5 weeks to $3,000. This also happened at the end of the 2022 bear market with the FTX collapse. It happened in 2014, 2015 as well, but the major one, if you want to look at the chart, just do yourself a favor, look at the chart. And the point of miner capitulation in 2018 is unmistakable. And so that has historically, again, been the point of every bear market bottom was when the miners finally give up. Why am I saying that? Because we are in a really interesting spot right now. I'm fascinated to see how this plays itself out. So I just saw some news. Marathon, the Bitcoin miner, publicly traded Bitcoin miner, sold somewhere between 15 and 16,000 Bitcoin at about an average cost of $65,300. We've seen a lot of Bitcoin miners already dump their supply, but it's not necessarily because they're capitulating. It's because they have a second source of income right now that is actually much more attractive, like 3 to 5 times potential earnings. And that is IREN. That's another one. IREN, they're a Bitcoin miner. They've partnered with, I think it was either Amazon or Microsoft. I don't remember which one. They've sold a lot of Bitcoin already. They've already sold. And they are shifting their focus because they have all of the gigawatt capacity needed to all that infrastructure for this AI data center boom. And so all of these public miners, I think all of them actually, literally all of them are shifting to AI data centers, and because that is a lot more of a profitable thing for them. What does that mean? That means that this cycle, this bear market, miner capitulation, do you even call it capitulation? It might be something else. And it's been happening in a way that hasn't happened a lot. They've just been selling. And there's no capitulating. They see greener skies and they're going towards those greener skies. But something else that's happening is the market is absorbing what they're doing in a couple of ways. The market is absorbing their sells, because if the market wasn't absorbing their sells, which are substantial, we would be at a much lower price right now. But then the other thing is the electrical cost of Bitcoin isn't going down. It's not, hash rate is just kind of going down a little bit, but the electrical cost of Bitcoin isn't going down, which means that there are others, smaller miners, who are entering the space and are filling that void. And so that move, the move that always happens, always in every bear market, the thing that finally sends us down, 85%, 80%. In 2022 was 70%. It might not happen because it is the miners. They're the ones. They throw in the towel. They give up. They have to sell. The pressure is too strong and they sell. But they've already been selling. They've sold earlier than normal, and those sells have been absorbed. And so a lot of people are going to be waiting for this capitulation move that might not actually come. You got to think about that. That's a very important thing to consider, because lots of reasons already talked about. this time being different. But if the miners don't have to sell, but they're choosing to sell, that is going to paint a picture for a different kind of bear market. That means that the pressure at the worst possible point isn't building up, and it's just not that much pressure. So you're waiting for the fourth quarter of this year. You're swearing up and down by the 4-year cycle, and a key part of the cycle has already been happening. Just what's your takeaway from that? For me, my takeaway is just maybe we should expect this bear market to look a little bit different, or maybe even a lot different than what we've seen in the past. But you know what? Don't take it from me. Do your own research. I rest my case.